Yo, I seriously need a haircut. Like, seriously need a haircut. Need, I don't need so much. Need to trim this up, but I seriously need a haircut. I'm starting to take and get like, just yeah, it's too long. It's too long. Welcome back, everybody. So this is something that I've tried 100 different times and 100 different ways to make. Tried doing it the school line to pick up the kids and just. I'm almost at 100K. And I planned on starting this after I hit 100K, just so I didn't take and lose people. Because anytime you try to take and add new stuff to your content pool, people go, "I don't come here for that. I I come here for this," and they unsubscribe. Which cool, whatever. You don't control my content, anyways. It's just it's stuff I've been loving to look at, anyways, and just due to the fact that you don't like it, the fact that I add something else, you're gonna act like, well, how dare I veer off the the path that I've been traveling down a little bit. Like, just people fascinate me. They really do. So yeah, it's this has been a long time coming. I got a couple videos I'm gonna be coming out with as far as for reaction purposes that aren't going to be UK related whatsoever. They aren't going to be like Europe related whatsoever. They aren't going to be any kind of culture related. Like, I'm going to be looking at some stuff outside of the norm on the channel because I find stuff interesting. I'm on YouTube constantly. If I'm not recording, I'm watching, and a lot of times I'm watching to learn. Or if I'm not watching to learn, I like being entertained like the rest of everybody else. Granted, it does seem like I do nothing but work these days. Between trying to take and get the merch store up and running and trying to come up with new products and probably going up coming out with a new website. I say website. Probably going to come out with a new store that's going to be separated from the Eclectic Beard merch line, and it's going to be basically conversation piece clothing is what I'm going for on it. Just because I find stuff like that. You'll notice a lot of my stuff. I don't wear a whole lot of stuff that's got logos, even my own. Like hats and stuff like that. That's one thing. Like wearing a hat that's got a logo on it. That's one thing. But as far as clothing that has a logo, a lot of times I don't do it unless it's like David Birchall sent me stuff. My buddy David Birchall sent me stuff that's from either drivers from the TT or the TT itself, or like the People's Bike, like that kind of stuff. I love to wear. I like wearing stuff like that. But a lot of my shirts are like graphic based, whether it be having a funny saying and stuff like that. So I'm started probably going to start a new store that's going to be specifically just for stuff like that. Now, that being said and out the way, just because, I don't know, I feel like I have to overshare everything. Um, Going forward on the channel, and like I said, I plan on doing this after I hit 100K. Like, oh, that'll give me more leeway. And I'm like, I've already got the leeway. I just don't take and use it, really. You're just going to start seeing more different kinds of content. You're probably going to start seeing, like, instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like, full-length reactions. It's probably going out the window. Just because, bro, I'm going to be honest. I say it is going out the window. It is going out the window. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's going to be my new schedule. I'll probably take and put one out on. I'll probably put something small out on Saturday, just because. Um, it, yeah, just because I do want to take and get at least 4 things out in the week, at least as far as long form. But you're going to start seeing a lot more shorts off of the long form stuff, and you might actually see me taking stitch a video off of somebody else's short or TikTok, just because I enjoy doing that kind of stuff too. I've got a TikTok where I've got like 5 different stitched videos, or 4 stitched videos, and a couple different shorts that I've took and come out with and stuff like that. Just silly stuff or reaction related stuff. Just like to have fun, like to take and do different stuff. Um, Plus the fact that YouTube is changing. Like YouTube is changing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as shorts go, reactions don't do well. Just they don't. A lot of times. So you have to stitch off of somebody else's video and stuff like that. And I get told all the time, oh, don't worry about playing the algorithm. No, if you don't want a dead channel, you kind of got to some way, shape, or fashion. So at least in that aspect, that's probably where how some of the shorts will take and go. Just throwing that out there, and I'm just being real with y'all. Like, I'm just absolutely being real, because why not, man? There's no need in taking and blowing y'all a line of smoke or nothing like that. It's just, y'all would see through it. Y'all be like, oh, he lied. Fuck that. Fuck him. The heck with all that. And I don't even have to do this video to take and tell you I'm gonna be changing my content. It's just, y'all have supported me for so long, it doesn't make any sense not to. And it's been my MO. If I feel like I'm going to take and change anything, or something might come down the pipeline, I try to take and be upfront and forward with this. That way people aren't surprised. This is the notification right here that, hey, I'm going to take and go to three long form reactions every week. You're going to take and get at least one, probably two American Reacts. The other one, like probably Wednesday or possibly Fridays, is going to be something completely out of what I would do right now. And then Saturday, if I decide putting up a shorter reaction of some sort, probably the same way. Now, you probably will take and get a music reaction just about every day. Not even gonna lie, music reactions, I love doing them, and everything like that. Music reactions, I don't really have to make a whole lot of cuts. So those were easier to take and do. So those I will probably put out every day. Past that, though, past the whole reaction format, and then adding in shorts. One of the reasons why I'm going to start doing it this way, at least for my long form, like regular, like culture and comedy and everything reactions, so I can play around with the editing, man. I'm not even gonna lie, I love to take and edit, and I know not everybody's a fan of the new ways I've been editing and everything like that. Hate it for you, but number one, doing my test, taking editing things to where the camera changes every 7 to 10 seconds. My retention rate is 85%, which means from the start of the video to the end of the video, 85% of the people that start watching the video continue watching the video. And I keep consistently getting views, which means videos from a month ago, I'm still getting views on. Granted, they're not a high amount of views at the moment, but I'm still getting views, which means I've got a better chance of getting within the algorithm and that video retroactively growing. So there's that. Because one thing is, I have noticed my numbers are down compared to what I have gotten in the past. Now, granted, some of the videos I've done in the past, the videos spike into like that for like 2 days, and then it's like they drop off a cliff, or they take and go up, and there is a sustained amount, but it's only because of the subject matter. Well, now it's finding, that you can't rely on that, because subject matter in and of itself is, I've covered a lot of it. I've covered a lot of the stuff that is really, really popular, really, really, like, just massively popular outside of the U.S. And how do I put this? Kind of reaching. I'm kind of, at this point, I'm trying not to take and do what every other American reactor is doing as far as TV shows and stuff like that, only because I've tried doing that and I know the issues that come with it. And kudos to the ones that are able to get stuff up. I know that there's they're fighting blocks and stuff like that, and that's not something I've just, bro, I don't have the mental, like, I would say capacity. I do. It's just I don't have the patience for that shit no more. I don't have patience to fight blocks like that anymore. Like, if something is blocked and it's a small video, bro, I take it down now, and I share it to my Discord server, just because I'm like, I'm not disputing anything. I'll just take it down and I'll share it to my Discord servers as, hey, this didn't make it up. There's a new video in the blocked or member exclusive only. Like, I just don't have the patience for that kind of stuff, because fighting that takes away time from, number one, trying to create a new video, or editing another video, or learning about something I have an interest in that I'm trying to take and dabble in right now. I say dabble in, that I'm trying to take and use as an alternate source of income, such as my merch store, coming up with new merch for a different store or that's outside of like EB sphere of things. I've started, which I've got to take and do 10 more listings today. I've I've got back into collecting sports cards. Now I've keeping certain cards for my personal collection. Outside the ones I want for my personal collection, I'm selling them on eBay. So I've got a ton of cards. Like I've got a ton, and I've got a ton of cards, and I've got eBay or Pokemon cards, and I've got baseball cards, and I've started an eBay store to take and sell that kind of stuff. My daughter, because she's got all kinds of old plushies that people still buy. They're not as popular as they once were, but people still buy. I'm going to be cleaning some of the plushies up, and I've told both my kids we'll be taking go out on the weekends. If you see something that you think is cool, but you don't necessarily want, but you know it's that people will buy, we'll put it on the eBay store. So I'm trying numerous different things, and taking and number one, doing the 3 videos a week as far as the long form reactions, like my bread and butter as far as what I put on the channel. Taking, instead of doing the quantity piece of it for like the comedy or culture or history, instead of doing the quantity, we'll get the quantity out of the music reactions, home free, voice play, grime. I'm looking at Jeff Colucci coming up. Just it not only that, but more national anthems, and we'll start looking at Eurovision, and I'll have more time for the quantity part on that. Like, that's cool. But as far as my regular reactions, it gives me time to take and actually edit the way I want. Take and see exactly, okay, play with the editing until I get a style that I want, that I can be known for. But also doesn't take and run away too many of y'all. You're like, it's mostly camera changes, transitions, and things of that nature. Like, it's just, I enjoy that process almost as much as I enjoy recording the reactions that I put out. Like, it's crazy, but it'll give me more time to do that, and it also give me the freedom to, if I want to take and show y'all what video game I'm playing. Because one of the things I said, I'm not segmenting nothing. The Eclectic Beard. Eclectic, which means a wide variety of tastes. I'm not going away from... I've done videos like this before, and people are like, I'm leaving. Can't believe you're not doing reactions anymore. I'm like, you didn't listen to the video. I'm going to be more eclectic. It's as simple as that. And I'm not going to be exactly nicheless. I'm still going to have my main, like, reactions is the niche here, but I'm opening things up. And I'm going to take and start bringing y'all behind the scenes as far as the stuff as I'm working on, whether it be for the merch store, whether it be as far as like, hey, look, this is what I've got in, or, I've got these boxes of sports cards. Let's see what I can pull from my personal collection. And then I'll show y'all what I do to take and list things. And, I'll take and show you the end result as far as like what it actually sold for and stuff like that. But stuff like it gives me more content. It gives me not only more content, but it also gives me more ways to take and engage with y'all, my community. So that way, I've learned so much about so many of y'all within my comments section and within my Discord and stuff like that. And this is stuff that I could, if I wanted to, there's a lot of stuff that I'm talking about. I could, if I wanted to, put it behind a paywall, but I'm not going to. There's no fucking sense in that. To be honest with you, if you take and join Patreon or my channel membership, I thank you so much, and I'm so sorry I haven't been able to take and put out stuff for y'all like I need to. At this point, it's basically like, here, have a cup of coffee. Granted, I've got Blackadder. I'm going to start recording. Now, that is something that I will be putting up. I might have to find a way to take and finish Dairy Girls. I might have to find a way to, well, I say find a way to. I've got Only Fools and Horses. I'm going to take and put the rest of season 1 up and start season 2 on that. And I've got all kinds of other shows down here that I've been sent that I haven't gotten around to, but I'm going to start, and I'm going to take at least one day so I can record a couple episodes of something, put it up for the week, and then I can go about regular everything else. Is just I've been so busy lately, and I apologize for that to everybody that's a channel member or supports me through Patreon. But I figured this gives me such an opportunity, because there's even people that are within the free server that like I've gotten to know a bit, and this gives me a way without having to put anything behind a paywall. I could just, hey, look, this is what's going on. Let's take it. Let me show you what I've got what I'm working with here. I've got this idea that I want to take and do for a piece of merch or something like that. Here, let me show you. Let me see if we can't bring this to fruition. Let me, and it opens up so much more. And I don't. One of the things I've done is I've pigeonholed myself on this channel. I've pigeonholed the type of content I put out. I've pigeonholed the type of reactions I do, and I've pigeonholed just about everything. Just basically just due to the fact that I've worried so long about, I'm not going to lie, if I see, I've got 98,000 subscribers. If I see 2 people unsubscribe, I'm like, shit, what am I doing wrong? But that stems from, I remember what it's like having 1,000 subscribers. I remember what it's like having 100 subscribers, 500. I've still got a lot of that mindset, because you have to fight and scrape so hard on this daggone platform. And now with all the changes that are coming, like, and the way the meta is within the reaction sphere and America React sphere, I'm just like, bro, I'm tired of playing this fucking game. Like, I'm always going to react, but I'm tired of playing the game. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I just refuse to do it anymore. I refuse to take and just pigeonhole myself. Number one, I refuse to take and play the meta anymore. I'm just not. So if you want to take and watch TV shows and stuff like that, bro, King Boomer is killing it with In-Betweeners and some of the shows that he's looking at. I know he's looking at Father Ted. Me and him have had the conversation, because I was like, bro, how are you not getting the stuff blocked? I'm just, for me personally, just, I don't have the patience for the aggravation of blocks anymore. I don't. I'm gonna tell you right now, you will know when something's blocked if you're in my Discord channels or in my Discord servers. That's where I post block stuff now. That being said, I will also, like, you can go to, and I'll put the link in the comments, where you can actually go watch the full Tropic Thunder reaction. And I think I've got another video or 2 on there that have been blocked. I can't remember, but I've got a ton of, there's a good bit of videos within my Discord servers that have been blocked. So, and the thing about it is, after, they're kind of spaced out, because I've been doing this for over 2.5 years now. I've been doing it for almost 3 years now, actually, which is crazy to me. That people were like, oh, he's interesting enough, let's watch him. Like, that still, it just blows my fucking, I'm not anything special. And that's the thing, I'm not anything special. You've got to have a certain amount of narcissism and ego to do this. There's no 2 ways about that. You got to like to, I said you got to learn how to like hearing your own voice, and after a while get comfortable with your own voice, and then you got to love hearing the sound of your own voice to take and do this stuff. Like, there's no 2 ways about that neither. But it still blows my mind that people enjoy anything I put out enough to take and subscribe or take and join, do anything that supports me or this channel. Like, it's it just absolutely blows. I'm into this 3 years. I've been doing YouTube, not full time, but I've been doing YouTube for over 4 years at this point. And it blows my mind that people are like, oh yeah, let's watch this bearded fella, see what he's got to say. Just absolutely blows my ever-loving mind, because I put my pants on one leg at a time, and I'm half poor. I'm just not even gonna lie. I'm like, I scrimp, struggle, and do everything I can to survive. Between what I make on this and my wife's paycheck, some days or sometimes we still take and struggle sometimes to make sure all of our bills get paid. Like, there's times we've talked about, okay, I'm going to take and go get a job outside of YouTube, so that way, if something comes up, if something, because of things are going so slow with this, or things are going slow with this as far as content and the views and everything else like that. This is stuff we've talked about. but somehow we wound up managing and we're able to take and pull things through. But I'm not rich or anything of that nature. So the fact that anybody supports me still absolutely just blows my ever loving mind. Still to this day. 3 years into it. Almost 4, well, 3 years into reacting, over 4 years on YouTube as a whole. It blows my mind. It really does. So, and in the last 2 years, I love everything I've learned, and I love still watching and learning about the UK or even Europe. But I've pigeonholed myself, and I'm not doing it no more. I refuse to. It's still going to be the bulk of the content that's on the channel as far as the long form comedy, history, culture reactions. There's no two ways about it. Now we are going to be expanding into like Germany and the rest of, because I've got a lot of geography now, reaction requests. But we're going to be expanding a bit as far as that's concerned. And outside of that, for reaction purposes, I'm going to look at whatever the hell I want. As I'm telling you right now, if you watch a channel, you watch for one thing only, apply your hop off point. And I'm crazy probably to do this at where I'm at, just over 1,200 away from, or just under 1,200 away from 100K. But piss on it, because it's something that I feel I need to take and say, and I need to take and let y'all know about, so that way nobody is caught by surprise and unawares or anything like that. Granted, you're still going to take and get them reactions. It's just, I've pigeonholed myself. I feel like I've pigeonholed myself. Like, you want to niche down, but you don't want to take a niche down so low that you feel like you run out of options. And I haven't run out of options, but with the way the meta is going right now, as far as American Reacts are concerned, and the way the meta is right now with American Reacts, as far as views are concerned, like, I don't mind doing the TikTok stuff, because that's another part of the meta right now. People like taking and watching us react to y'all's to British TikToks. I love that, because the tone and the way they're done is so different than how Americans, like what Americans find funny over here. It's completely different. Like, especially knowing some of the quirks and nuances of y'all's culture, and taking and watching and understanding the humor behind the TikToks, and how some of that nuance is kind of lost. We have nuance in our comedy and stuff like that, especially amongst us everyday people, more than what you see in Hollywood. But it's hilarious watching the British TikToks. It's just absolutely freaking hilarious, but especially knowing the context and everything, or knowing some of the nuance taken. It's hilarious. So that I have no problem doing. I'm going to start looking at more of the British TikToks, to be honest with you, because it's hilarious. But we're going to be venturing outside of, like, I've got reactions to The Fourth Dimension Explained by a high schooler. I'll be looking at some of my college humor stuff. I'll be looking at some Bill Burr stuff I haven't seen before. George Carlin. We're going to take a look at it. It might be scientific that I find interesting. We're going to take a look at that. Or it might be video gaming related. So yeah, going forward, Eclectic is the name of the game. It's been the title of the channel for years now. At least 3 years now. So we're going to actually get eclectic. So yeah, this is the heads up. I so appreciate everybody. So appreciate everybody. That being said, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.